It's time for Bearcat football. With your announcers, Larry Dean Mitchell and the swift one, Buddy Swift. This broadcast of Bearcat football is sponsored by A1 Superstop, Big World Pharmacy, Boonville Community Hospital, Boonville Family Clinic, Century 21 Fitzgerald Olson Real Estate, Community National Bank, Connie's Gifts, First Western Bank, Jim and Jason's Barbershop, Mazzio's Pizza, Regions Bank, Skinner Hardware and Appliance, Smee's Drugstore, Tyler Ford, Winchell's Electronics, and the Boonville Development Corporation. Please shop these sponsors of Bearcat football.
And in the tradition of Arkansas, Texas, Ohio State, Michigan, USC, Notre Dame, what some folks, especially those in this area, claim to be the granddaddy of all rivalries, Ozark, Boonville.
Are you trying to tell me that this is a bona fide rivalry going on here?
I'm telling you, this is a different atmosphere altogether, buddy.
Holy smokes.
And we are very, very live tonight from Bearcat Stadium in Boonville, Arkansas. It's a hot, muggy night, supposed to be rainy and cold before this one's over. The invading hillbillies of Ozark coming in here tonight to this Cats Lair, buddy, to take on the unbeaten, homestanding Boonville Bearcats. Ozark 3-0-1 on the year, the Bearcats 4-0. The winner of this game will determine to a great extent who will win 4 AAA.
Yeah, 4 AAA. The balance of 4 AAA is swinging right here tonight, folks. These are the two powerhouse teams that are featured in 4 AAA. Boonville, Ozark. Ozark's only blemish came in the first game of the year against Charleston in a tie. I'm telling you, the atmosphere out here is electric. And, you know, you don't have to talk about this football game too much. When you show up at the stadium, you realize there's a football game going on at this place.
Looks like the Boonville Bearcat seniors are all captains tonight, buddy. They're out on the field. The two fellows in the center, number 19 and number 8 for Boonville, are the ones calling the coin toss. Anthony Tillery is number 8. Number 19, Jeremy McDonald. We'll try to get the numbers. Number 56, one of the tri-captains over there for Ozark, Levi Turk. What a name.
That's a football name.
And we'll try to get the other 3. They have 4 captains.
Looks like number 7 also for the Ozark Hillbillies is Michael Bowman is out there and as a captain. And the victory line tonight, folks, for the Boonville Bearcats. The Ozark Hillbillies have a fine victory line also, but the Boonville Bearcat victory line stretches from 10 yards deep in the west end zone all the way to about the 20-yard line. From downtown to almost Mount Magazine. This is going to be a great football game. I'm excited about this. This is a big game. You know, Bearcat tradition, hillbilly tradition. This is just one of those games that you just look forward to every year.
And it always has repercussions on who's going to win this thing.
Always.
And playoff brackets and state championship brackets, all kinds of things.
And what it appears to have happened, it looks like the Hillbillies have won the toss, Larry, and they are going to receive. Boonville is going to be kicking off and defending the west goal.
So the Bearcats are going to come out through the victory line, and they'll come out of the end zone, as you mentioned, buddy, and they'll run that victory line through all the way to about the midfield stripe. Now, we have a contingent of hillbillies as well who made the trip down. Here come the hillbillies onto the field, and I'll tell you, a great contingent of fans from Ozark here tonight. They decorate the terraces over there, all the stands, and down on the field as well. And you heard it. Here they come, the Boonville Bearcats, decked out in the home purple jerseys, gold helmets and gold pants, and they trot through the victory line.
Oh, this is going to be an exciting night, Larry. The fans are excited. They're proud of their team. They know a lot hinges on this football game. Two very similar football teams. Ground-oriented attacks. The Ozark Hillbillies run a bona fide wishbone attack, coached by Michael Johnson. Boonville runs a very similar version of that in a wing T formation. A lot of ground game, a lot of burning the clock up. Very similar. They mirror each other. Even their colors are alike. But let's just look at this. The Boonville Bearcats are at home Bearcat Stadium, home of champions. Let's get it on.
Well, somebody's going to get it on. We're about ready to tee this thing up and kick it away. 10 seconds away from the kickoff. Couple of unbeaten crews here tonight. The Ozark Hillbillies come in with 1 tie. They tied a very, very good AA team in the Charleston Tigers. What was the score of that? Was it a 0-0 tie?
It was 0-0. That's right. And I have been told, I mean, I haven't seen any of the Ozark Hillbillies tapes or anything like that. I have been told that Ozark's defense is very strong. They have a really, well, look at it this way. If you hold Charleston, which is a very potent offensive attack, to 0, then you have done your job defensively during the course of the night. Their offense during the course of the year has been a little suspect. They haven't put up the points that Boonville has. And so it's going to be an interesting game.
To this point in the year, the Boonville Bearcats are untested. They have trailed early in their first 3 games. They never trailed last week en route to that victory over the Mansfield Tigers. Ozark struggled a bit last week. They had a struggle with Dardanelle as well, winning 25-20, I think, late. Boonville defeated Dardanelle, as you recall, 35-14 earlier in the year.
All those things go washed out the window when they step on this football field on this given night.
No comparative scores. We're not going to be using those among the statistics we quote tonight.
And Andrew Haney has teed the football up into the formation on the kickoff that Boonville has come to use quite often, and rushing the football out of the huddle and then spreading out, at least attempting or faking an onside, and then spreading out for the kickoff. Deep for Ozark appears to be number 28. That's Nathan Stewart.
And Haney gets a toe in it. It's high, but it's short. End over end, it's going to be fielded at the 20. Back to the 25. And up to about the 30-yard line. And that's where the Hillbillies will put it in play. 1st and 10 from their own 30. We just kicked it off. 11:56 to go in the opening quarter.
And number 25 on that stop on coverage for the Bearcats is Levi Luter. We've gotten to where we've called his name a lot on that kickoff coverage team. Ozark will set up shop after that short return at the 30-yard line of Ozark. 1st and 10 Hillbillies.
Number 2, Shane Whitlock, goes wide left for the Hillbillies. They run another wide out to the right side, out of the shotgun.
Ozark's out of the gun tonight. We saw a little bit this early in practice.
There's the snap. They're going to run it out of the gun, buddy, up over the 30 to about the 31, and gang tackled over there on the left side of the Bearcat line.
Just a gang tackle. I think coming off the bottom, that stack may have been number 60 for the Bearcats, and that's going to be Jacob King. I also saw number 54, Corey Carter, in on that. It's going to be about a half-a-yard gain. Let's call it 2nd and 9.
Pickup is 1. Hillbillies send number 23 and number 2 to the wideouts. Shane Whitlock.
Out of the gun again.
Along with Jared Reno out of the shotgun. There's the handoff out of the shotgun to the 35-yard line, up to the 37, and then he's level there. Well, I tell you, number 54 got a shoulder pad on him. Corey Carter, along with a host of other tacklers. 14, Derek Davis in on the stop. 3 or 4 Bearcats there to make the stop, and they're going to mark him down at the 36, buddy. It's a pickup of about 5, 3rd and 4 for the Hillbillies.
Well, Ozark primarily during the course of the year has been a wishbone-oriented football team. Tonight we saw early in the warm-ups they were running a lot out of the shotgun. So far, that's all they've run tonight is out of the shotgun formation. And again, they're spreading the field in the shotgun.
James Hillard, number 14, quarterback. There's the snap he wants to throw. A little pass out of the backfield, complete up to the 39. He's going to be shy of the first down by about a yard.
And he's going to be met there by number 60, Jacob King. Jacob King's been very active already tonight on defense, Larry, and that's going to bring up a 4th down. He's going to be short by about 2 yards, Larry.
Well, the Bearcats have held firm on the first series, and the Hillbillies are going to have to kick it out of there. Deep punt formation is the quarterback. That always worries me when the quarterback is also the punter, buddy. He'll field it at the 31.
And you never know, do you?
Gets the kickoff, close to being blocked. Rolls inside the 30, picked up at the 25, and then back up to about the 30-yard line on the return. And let's see, that's number 24, Tobler Turner.
Tobler Turner on the return that time. He was the lone deep man. We have been seeing Curtis Christian back there during the course of the year. Now we get to see Tobler Turner have an opportunity to showcase his ability to return punts. He returns the ball up to, looks like, about the 29-yard line of the Bearcats, where they set up their first offensive possession.
Yes, sir, a festive occasion. You should see all of this decorative stuff out here. Those signs the Hillbillies have brought with them on the other side, the answer on this side from the Bearcat fans. Somebody almost jumped on the left side of the line.
And it looks like that may have been number 62 for the Hillbillies,
Number 62, Nathan Tooley, I think you're right. He and the guy next to him both jumped, buddy, but I don't know who's going to get the flag.
Well, Boonville that time opted to use a hard count on a very aggressive first snap from the line of scrimmage to get an aggressive defense off sides, and that is exactly what happened. So now we're going to be looking at a 1st and 5 for the Bearcats. The ball at the 34-yard line of Boonville.
Curtis Christian, Jeremy McDonald. The wing back slots. Quarterback Derek Davis going to hand it off to Daniel Shaw at the 40. Daniel Shaw up over the 45 to about the 46. 1st and 10 Bearcats.
Nice run. ISO to the left side. Looks like he was boxed up inside. Shaw bumps it about 1 or 2 holes to the left, finds some room, carries it all the way down to the 45-yard line of the Bearcats. 1st and 10.
Hillbillies pretty good size across the defensive front, buddy. But they're going to be dealing with some very quick, some agile, and some strong Bearcat running backs. Derek Davis under center. The snap. He's going to give it to Shaw. First man through. Shaw is stacked up, and they sniff that one out from the get-go. They stop him at about the 46. It's going to be a pickup of about 2 yards probably on the play. 2nd and 8.
Yeah, just his forward momentum was enough to get him that 2 yards. He was met pretty much at the line of scrimmage, but we all know that Daniel Shaw, you're not going to stop him without getting something. That was a good defensive play by the Ozark Hillbillies that time, bunching it up on the inside. However, that sets up that veer play. You bunch it up inside, you create a gap to the corner.
Hash mark to the far side. Bearcats give it to McDonald coming this way. Going to be nailed for a loss back at the 43. Well, the Hillbillies read that one well. Number 7, number 40, number 12. Let's see, that's Ricky Garrett along with Michael Bowman, along with Kevin Kelly. All combined, buddy, to keep Derek Davis from getting a step on the corner.
That may have been just a misread on the block, Larry, because I think the block was made to the outside. The defensive end was kicked out for the Hillbillies, and probably the ball carrier should have cut up on the inside instead of trying to run the hump. Resulted in a loss. Now it's 3rd and 11 Bearcats.
87, Chris Anderson, wide left. Derek Davis keeps it. He's got the read at the 47. He's going to be nailed there, and the Bearcats are going to face a punt, buddy, on 4th and about 8.
And that looks like number 40 for the Ozark Hillbillies again on that stop, and that's Kevin Kelly.
Well, these guys from Ozark have some speed, buddy. They move well laterally, and they're big and strong.
They always do have speed. You know, that's one of the things that in all the time that we've done ball games together, Larry, you always find this Ozark Hillbilly team to have size and speed.
Bearcats send Derek Davis again. The quarterback is in deep punt formation. He'll field the football at about the 36. He'll get it off shy of the 40. One lone deep back to receive it for the Hillbillies. High snap. Davis eyes it, boots it. It's a wobbler. Fielded at the 12. Fumbled, and I think he recovered his own fumble at the 15.
Oh, that was close.
Cow.
Holy cow. Number 7 for the Ozark Hillbillies.
Michael Bowman almost gave the Bearcats excellent field position.
Goodness, that was close. And the Boonville coverage was down quickly, so he didn't have a whole lot of time to think about that.
Hillbillies will start out in the hole this time. 1st and 10 from their own 15, hash mark to the near side of the field. And they'll be moving east to west or right to left, as we say on your radio.
And right now, it seems like the Bearcats and the Hillbillies just sparring at each other. There's 7:24 remaining in the first quarter.
Buddy, this is like a heavyweight boxing match. You take a couple of rounds to feel each other out. The snap.
There's that bone fullback right up the middle. First read
over
on
the 20 to the 21. And that's a pretty good run. Number 28 on the carry. That's Nathan Stewart out of the fullback position. He's going to pick up, buddy, 6 yards? It'll be 2nd about 4 with 7:09 left in the first quarter. Clock moving, nothing, folks.
You know, last year we called Nathan Stewart. He's a senior on that Hillbilly football team. We called his name way too often last year. Like you said, it's going to be about a 2nd down and 4 for the Hillbillies. Ball at the 21-yard line of the Hillbillies.
Michael Bowman wide left. There's the snap. Handed off to the first man through. Tries the right side. He might have gotten a yard at that, buddy, but that's all. It's going to bring up a 3rd and about 3 for the Hillbillies. They're going to spot it at the 23-yard line of the Hillbillies. Well, that would make it 3rd and 2, wouldn't it? They started from the 15. 6:30 left, first quarter. No score from Boonville tonight.
Rihanna was the ball carrier there, and Brad Riles actually hit him about a yard deep from the line of scrimmage. However, he broke that tackle and was finally tackled out there by Derek Davis, I believe.
Wishbone formation. Long snap count. There's the snap.
Option play to the right side.
They're going
to,
the quarterback's going to keep it, and he does have the first down, buddy, up to near the 30-yard line. That will be the initial first down of the night for the Hillbillies, and that's going to move the chains. We'll spot it at the 30. Hillbillies keep control of the football.
Wasn't nothing special about that. Just fake to the fullback on the inside and just kind of went right off his hip and just really didn't run that hard, the quarterback didn't. Kind of felt his way through until he got a crease and just leaned on it for a first down.
Well, when you get two predominantly running football teams, this is what you get. 5:50 left. This quarter's flown by, no score.
No score so far. In the bone again, the Hillbillies at the 30-yard line of the Hillbillies.
Handoff goes to the first man through, the fullback. He tries the right side of the line. He'll probably get up to near the 31-yard line before he'll be shoved back inside the 30, but his progress will probably get him a yard on the play. 2nd and 9.
I saw number 54 on there, Corey Carter. Who else was in on that tackle? 54, I know Corey Carter was in on it. There's a host of other Bearcat tacklers. A 1-yard gain. Ozark will be facing now 2nd and 9. That was a power ride or just a load play to the right side. These plays that you'll see the Ozark Hillbillies run are very similar to what the Boonville Bearcats used to run back in the early 80s.
James Hillard, the quarterback, wishbone set, gives it to the first man through again up near the 34-yard line. It's going to bring up a 3rd and long, buddy. Probably 6 yards to go for the first.
I believe Michael Johnson was a Doug Shield coached young man here at Boonville, who is now the head coach at Ozark. And as you look at this Ozark Hillbilly offense form that wishbone formation and run plays out of it, it's very reminiscent of some of the great Boonville teams that Doug Shield coached here at Boonville.
3rd down, 7 for the Ozark Hillbillies. No score in this one, 4:34 counting in the first quarter. Hillbillies have control of the football. They face a 3rd and 7 from their own 34.
Gonna throw it.
Look in,
Got a man.
Complete at the 42-yard line. Let's see, did he fumble after?
Yes, he did.
He did. Let's see for the indication. I think they've called. Did they get it? They gave it to Boonville. Fumbled after. There was some question about whether the ground caused a fumble or not, buddy, but the officials right on it ruled that it was a fumble after the catch. And the Bearcats have the break at the Ozark 40.
I believe they were correct. I know I'm biased in my side of this. However, the ball popped out on the impact, not with the ground, but with the defensive player of Boonville, and that's pretty much a sure thing that the ball was loose and live. Boonville now has a 1st and 10 at the 40-yard line of the Hillbillies.
Well, the Hillbillies have to suck it up again and play some hard defense. Derek Davis keeps it, tries the right side. He's gang tackled, and he actually got mugged at about the 36-yard line. Pickup of about 4 to leave the Cats with a 2nd and close to 6 for the first down.
One of the things I think that you're going to see, even though that was a 5-yard gain by Davis, a midline veer to the inside, if you'll take a look at the Ozark defense, Larry, when they come up to the line of scrimmage and Boonville's ready to take the snap, they're going to have about 7 guys in the box. They're going to be up close. They're not really concerned about Boonville throwing the football. Watch how close they are up to the line of scrimmage.
They spread the defensive line. Right you are. And there's somebody, number 56, jumps for the Hillbillies, I believe. Levi Turk. Now let's see if it was Turk or was he drawn off. They're going to step it off against the Billies, 5 yards. And that's going to be almost a first down by virtue of the penalty, buddy. Not quite. 3rd down and less than a yard.
Well, that kind of gives you that down that you can play with now, that special down that sometimes coaches will sometimes be a little experimental with.
There was a dead ball. 2nd. No down movement on the play. 2nd down, less than a yard. Motion, Curtis Christian. Now they flag him before the play gets going good, and let's see, this may be against the Bearcats.
That may be a legal procedure. It's very possible that we moved or we had motion towards the line of scrimmage.
We're going to re-gift that gift.
That's a legal procedure against the Bearcats.
That's 2nd down and about 5.5 now for the first down. Yeah, you're right, buddy. That defensive formation is spread out. And they've got the guys, the linebackers, immediately behind the line of scrimmage are kind of watching the backs all the way.
Yeah, this is their run dominant. They know that that's what they're going to try to do. Is they're going to stop the run. They know they've got to stop Boonville's run.
Well, you and I were talking last week on the way back or on the way down to Mansfield that if you're going to have a chance of beating Boonville, you're going to have to stack the defensive line of scrimmage and dare the Bearcats to throw the football.
You're going to have to dare them to do something different than what their bread and butter is. And everybody knows Boonville's bread and butter is to run that option attack. And Ozark has come tonight running the type of defense, that stacked defense up close enough to the line of scrimmage is going to force them to do some things, maybe just a little differently. They're just trying to change them up a little. There's an official's timeout, and they're discussing whatever.
Well, we don't have a signal. They're talking to Coach Rippey of the Bearcats now. Let's see what that's all about.
I don't know, but every coach is interested in what he's saying as he comes to the sideline.
3 minutes, 13 seconds left in the first quarter. No score from Bearcat Stadium tonight.
Yeah, he is talking to Coach Beckham. He's probably not talking about whether the crappie are biting in Blue Mountain right now. Like you said, be second.
Bearcats come to the line, and now what we get out of that, folks, is 2nd and 5 or thereabouts for the Bearcats. In motion, Jeremy McDonald. They go with the first man through, Daniel Shaw, and he is hog-tied. Boy, I tell you, who was that made a tackle? You don't see that very often.
That's going to be number 41 for
I'm
the Ozark
telling you,
Hillbillies.
41, Craig Canet, and he just got you. It's very seldom you see one guy bring Daniel Shaw down.
I believe that's the first time I've seen it this year, Larry.
He did it.
I believe it is the first time. It's still going to be a 2-yard gain, however, that is quite a feat.
3rd down.
2:33 remaining in the first quarter. The score is still 0-0. Boonville Ozark.
Derek Davis going to keep it. He's going to get the first down on the stretch down to the 26-yard line of the Hillbillies. Well, he needed to get the 30. He got 4 more than he needed, buddy.
And that first down is going to be given to them at about the 26-yard line, deep now in Hillbilly territory.
Boy, this is stacking up as a kind of football game where one touchdown may indeed get you a win in this one, the way these defenses are playing tonight.
They are two good defensive football teams. 1st and 10 Bearcats.
2:05 left in the quarter. Derek Davis, hash mark to the near side. The snap. Got to give it
inside.
To
There's the cut.
Jeremy McDonald, and he's going to be stacked at the 25 after about a 1-yard pickup. But he did make the cut that time that you were talking about a couple of plays back. But I tell you, the Hillbillies read it well, and they had a host of old gold jerseys down there to stop him.
Well, those linebackers that we're talking about for the Hillbillies that are stacked so close to the line of scrimmage, that's what they're looking for, Larry. They're looking straight into the line of scrimmage, and their first look is that A and B gap. They're looking to see if the fullback comes with the ball. If he doesn't come with the ball, then they're going to get over the top. They're going to scrape to the outside, and that linebacker was the one that made the stop right there.
Jake Bolliard, Andrew Springer, dual wideouts to the left. Derek Davis keeps it looking for a hole, and it's not there. Man, he's banged down. Number 50 on the bottom of that play, I believe. Number 56, check it, Levi Turk and a host of other tacklers. All these guys fill the gaps quick, don't they?
Yes, they do. Very quick defensively, very strong, obviously defensively, as we've seen Daniel Shaw get stopped head up by a single defensive player for the first time this year. Very strong defensively. Now they're looking at a 3rd down and about 6. The ball is at the 22-yard line of Ozark.
Clock moving, 47 seconds left in the first quarter. 0-0 from Bearcat Stadium. Davis, the handoff, coming back to McDonald at the 20, at the 15-yard line.
Going to be close to a first down.
Let's see, buddy. This is going to be, they moved the chains, no measurement even. They look like it might be closer than that. We're looking all the way across the field at the chains, though, and that play formed right down below us here. So
I think we actually caught the defense of Ozark. That was just a handback to the right side, a play that Ozark has successfully stopped so far tonight, but I think we caught them off guard. We went to the line of scrimmage, and on a hard count, a snap count, just boom, took the ball and went before their defense was set, and resulted in a first down.
Davis at quarterback, Springer wide right, Christian on the move.
There's
Davis
a good read. There's a good read.
Pitches to Christian, touchdown, Boonville.
That's what had to happen, Larry.
Beautiful read by the quarterback, and wide open field for Curtis Christian. What a pitch and what a read.
Awesome option play by the Bearcats that time. Larry, if you'll think back during the course of the year so far, that'll be the first time that you've seen the quarterback make the pitch on the corner when the defense came to him. So far, Ozark's been the only football team that has forced Boonville to do that. However, that will open this football game up in a different dimension.
Curtis Christian takes the pitch from quarterback Derek Davis, scoots 15 yards with it. Wayne Pack is perfect. Your score, Boonville 7, Ozark nothing, and we'll be back. Simulcast tonight, Kula 104.7, KRBK, Boonville, Fort Smith, and Boonville Community Link Channel 2. I tell you, you can watch the video replay, and by all means do it tomorrow morning at 10 o'clock.
awesome option attack that time.
That was just picture per. You can't draw it on a chalkboard any better than that.
That's using the triple. That's using the triple and the triple option right there.
And I tell you what, Derek Davis waited till he was almost in the grasp of the tackler to get rid of that football.
There's a key time for the quarterback to pitch the ball. It's before he's wrapped up by the defense. It's when the pressure is on him, just imminent. At the last moment, pitch the ball out.
Andrew Haney, short kick, end over end, fielded at the 23, to the 25, to the 30 on the handoff up to the 34. Well, ball changes hands 2 different times, buddy.
Well, Ozark, again, like we talked about, they're coached by a former Boonville player, former Coach Shield coached young man, and they run that starburst very similar to what Boonville has run in the past, and have been successful with it.
That ends the first quarter. Your score, Boonville 7, Ozark nothing. We'll take a break after this. Tobler
How do
Turner.
you describe that?
What?
The Tobler Turner had eyeballs as big as saucers because he knew he had a shot, and he took it. 3-yard loss for the Hillbillies.
Hillbillies spread the offense. Wide outs on either side of the football. Out of the shotgun. They want to throw it again. Hillard, he fires behind the receiver, intended for number 37, buddy.
And that's going to be number 45. That's Andrew Springer.
And I don't have a 37. I must have misread the number.
That's on coverage that time and did a great job. He read that play. He saw the quarterback's eyes. He saw the receiver open over the middle and just broke right in on it and tapped the ball away. Great play. So now we're going to be looking, Ozark is anyway, at a 3rd and 13.
3rd down. Bakers does it to go for the Ozark Hillbillies, trailing 7-0 with 11:14 left in the half. Deep snap. They want to throw it again. Got a man out here, complete to the 35. Now to the 38-yard line. Number 35 made the reception, Josh Sisson, but he was belted down.
Corey Carter came from the backside that time as the player for Ozark, after he made the reception, made a cut back against the grain. Corey Carter met him just like a locomotive.
Right, he tiptoed up to him and touched him and said, "Tap, you're down," didn't he?
No, he didn't. He tried to bury him 6 foot deep.
4th down play. They've got about 4 to go for the first. They're going to throw it. Got the first down on a little pass. A 4th down play carries up to midfield. That is a big play, folks, for the Hillbillies. They go for it on 4th and 4, and the little pass play complete up to the Hillbilly 49 gets the first down. That's a gamble early, buddy.
And now there's a timeout. I think that you've seen a defensive timeout called by the Bearcats.
Doesn't a Mazzio's pizza sound good right about now? Mazzio's is a day buffet Monday through Saturday, 11 a.m. to 1:30 p.m. and Sundays from 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. The buffet includes pizza, pasta, salad, dessert, and drink for just $5.51. Try some of Mazzio's pastas: chicken parmesan, fettuccine alfredo, and chicken fried chicken alfredo. Mazzio's has dinner for 4, 2 medium pizzas, 1 appetizer, and 4 drinks, just $19.99. Mazzio's has sandwiches toasted and hot from the oven. Having a party? Call us at 675-5000 to reserve the Bearcat Den for your next party today. Mazzio's delivers 11 a.m. to 1:30 Monday through Friday and every night 5 to 9. Highway 10 East in Boonville, 675-5000. Sean and his crew says good luck to the Cats and go fight win.
We're back at Bearcat Stadium. Big play on 4th down for the Hillbillies, buddy. They get the first down on a real big going for it, 4th in their own territory, 4th down and 4, and that's got to swing the momentum back to the old goal side.
Well, you talked about how dangerous that is to have a quarterback at punter, and that's what he did. He passed it for a first down out of the punt formation. Now
Hillard keeps it up to midfield, cuts back at the 45, at the 40, at the 30, at the 24-yard line. The quarterback, James Hillard, out of the wishbone.
Larry, that time it was just an option play to the right side that the coverage just fell apart for Boonville when he cut back against the grain. Hillard made a fake or a dead pitch to his right, cut back across the field, broke a couple of tackles, and was in open field, ran it all the way down to the 26-yard line of the Bearcats.
Young man's got some size for a quarterback. He's pretty tough to bring down when he gets a momentum going. Gets those pistons chugging. Out of the shotgun. Wants to throw it this time. Got a man at the 21. Did he trap it?
Incomplete.
Incomplete. He trapped it, buddy, on one hop. Well, they don't let you have a one-hopper in football.
Not at all.
You can catch it in baseball.
In baseball you can. But you still have to throw them out after you catch it like that.
I was reading an article that Mike Ditka was rating the best recliners to buy to watch a football game. And the one that he picked, actually, when there's a tackle on the screen, the sound that comes from the screen causes the chair to react in such a way you think you're being tackled. More about that later. Out of the shotgun. Pitch back, 25, 21-yard line. Yeah, can you imagine that? That'll put you right in the ball game.
That'll put you right where it's supposed to be.
Yeah, that's be a big tackle. That's only $2,100. Now, Jason the Barber Rodad, Stacy the Haircut McCullough can afford that, but you and I can't.
We'll just have to dream about it.
That's about a half a day's haircuts for the barber here.
Larry, that was about a 3-yard gain by Ozark that time. Just out of the shotgun, they ran an option play to the right side with a deep pitch, and the ball carrier carries to the 21-yard line of Booneville.
Shane Whitlock, lone wide to the left. They've got triplets to the right. Look in, pass, ball, almost complete, and then almost intercepted by Tobler Turner off the carom, buddy.
Oh my goodness.
Oh my, that was Shane Whitlock, and I tell you, I thought he had it. Quarterback Hillard hit him right in the numbers with it, and it bounced out and almost bounced right into the chest of Tobler Turner.
That was a beautiful pass. You know, that's that slant pass that we've talked about a lot, thinking, how in the world do you stop that slant, that hard
It's
slant?
tough.
It's tough, and the ball was right on the numbers.
Guess what? The Hillbillies are going to go for it on 4th and 5 this time, buddy, but there's a difference in where the football's at. This time it's at the Bearcat 21. Almost intercepted again, but falls incomplete at the 5-yard line. Bearcats will take over at the Hillbilly 21-yard line. So the Bearcats hold, buddy.
Larry, that coverage is not by number 24, Tobler Turner. Great defensive play, reaches up and knocks the ball away. Tobler Turner has just become such a great football player and just a joy to watch. Great job, Tobler.
9:24 left in the first half. Booneville in a hard-fought one, folks, leads it 7-0. And the Bearcats will have control of the football at the Bearcat 21-yard line as we resume play. Clock moving. Derek Davis going to give it to Curtis Christian up at about the 27-yard line. Curtis Christian is upended. I think number 12 was in on the tackle for Ozark, Ricky Garrett.
And that's going to be a handback that time to Curtis Christian to the left side. Christian brings a different element into the ball game that Tobler Turner does not, and that's size. You know, he just has some really good size, and he's strong, and he brought that out for a 6-yard gain. So now it's going to be 2nd down and 4 from the 26-yard line of the Bearcats.
Andrew Springer wide to the short side of the field. McDonald in motion, and there's a flag before this one gets going good. We'll see what it's all about. And you think automatically it's going to be procedure of some kind against the Booneville Bearcats. They're going to bring it back.
Dead ball, a legal procedure against the Bearcats. You're right, Larry.
So it's going to be 2nd and near 10 now, buddy, with 8:46 left in the first half, and it's been a dandy.
You can't make those kind of mistakes, Larry, against a tough defense like Ozark's got. You've got to be clean. You've got to run a good, clean show and not have yourself beat you. You've got to let the other team beat you.
Springer goes wide right this time, buddy, and that's the wide side of the field. A lot of room over there. Ball's at the hash mark over here right below us to the near side. Christian in motion. Davis is going to keep it. Cuts back. A great cutback, but he's going to be felled at about the 29-yard line. And that's going to be about 2 yards shy of the first down. Going to bring up a 3rd down and 2 for Booneville.
That's going to be about a 3-hole veer. He meshes with the fullback just over the guard, Larry, and pulls the ball on the read and finds a good hole. Davis is so smart, so quick running that option attack, finds a good hole, carries the ball for good yardage down to the 30-yard line. Booneville now facing 3rd and 1.
Tight formation, Bearcats. Derek Davis under center. Gives it to Shaw. First man through, and that's your bread and butter man, buddy, on the 3rd and short. He's got the first down at the 35.
Isolation handoff to the fullback, and here comes Shaw. He's kind of strutting his stuff as he comes up out of there. He's a load to bring down. Carries the ball for about a 5-yard gain, and that's going to be enough for a Bearcat first down. 1st and 10 at the 35.
That clock is still moving, folks, and this first half has gotten away quickly, hasn't it? That's a couple of ground-oriented teams and nothing to stop the clock. Tight formation, Bearcats back this way. Curtis Christian. Curtis is wrapped up at the 36. He may have a yard, buddy, but that's all. 2nd and 9.
That's that hand back to the left side again that time, and the coverage for the defensive coverage for the Hillbillies just did a great job collapsing in on
41, Craig Cannett, and I believe number 12, Ricky Garrett, number 2, Shane Whitlock, all there around the football on the tackle, buddy.
7 minutes remaining in this first half of football. Boonville leading Ozark 7-0. Now facing a 2nd and 9 from the 36-yard line of Boonville.
Long snap count. Motion Jeremy McDonald. Davis going to keep it. He's going to be bulldog at the 36, no gain, and he was wrapped. I do mean it. Let's see who was in on the tackle. Was it number 41? I guess the main assaulter, Craig Cannett. I guess I'm saying it's either Craig Cannett or Craig Cannett.
I think number 12 was also in on that, and that's Ricky Garrett for the Ozark Hillbillies. Now, that was a no-gain play right there, Larry.
3rd down, 9.
3rd and 9.
Bearcats running out of a tight formation. In motion, Curtis Christian. First man through, Daniel Shaw, is going to be about 4 yards shy. Daniel's going to pick up about 5, but it's going to leave about 4 shy of the first down. 4th down, we'll call it 4 with 5:55 left in the first half, and the Bearcats are going to have to kick it away. Well, they don't have to. Ozark didn't.
No, that's true, in a very similar situation. I think Levi Turk was the young man for the Ozark Hillbillies who made that stop.
Levi Turk has got a spot on the all-name team this year. I've already elected him.
Along with Eric Murders.
Well, from years back, and Darrell Hatchett. Remember him?
True.
Hatchett Murders, both of them on the same team.
There's the snap.
Kick goes high, but absolutely nowhere. It's about 15 yards in distance and bounces back in Ozark's favor. Back to the 44. And the Hillbillies are going to be sitting pretty at their own 44-yard line, buddy, with a 1st and 10 at 5:20 left in the half.
Larry, there was a lot of pressure that time on the kick, and the ball was just punted straight up into the air almost. It's going to result in about a 15-yard punt if that.
Buddy, I understand that you've gone off as the betting favorite in the Outback Dash on October 2nd, the Outhouse race.
Is that what you've heard?
I think you're 7-5 at current standings. 7-5. The money's on Swift.
You know, I didn't know I was in that.
Why do you think we call him Oh Swift One?
Is that something after the X-Lax or what?
This is family radio, buddy. You put a button on it.
That's right.
Quarterback keeps it, pitches back at the last minute, but no gain. Read beautifully by the Bearcat defenders. And guess who? Tobler Turner comes out of there. He's in on the tackle along with number 54, Corey Carter. Both of those young men have played outstanding
defensive
defense
coverage
tonight.
that time. Again, the Boonville defense has done their job. Boy, they've come to play and doing a great job of it. However, on the other hand, Ozark's doing a good job too. With no gain on that play, Ozark's now looking at a 2nd and 10, ball at the 43-yard line of Ozark.
That second quarter time is melting, folks, as we speak. Out of the shotgun, Hillard wants to throw it, lofts it. Intercepted at the 35, back to the 40, 45. Levi Lutter all the way down to the 42-yard line in Hillbilly territory.
That's going to be Jake Boyer, Larry.
Sorry, I said Levi, miscalled it. 25 is Lutter, 23 is Jake Boyer.
Jake Boyer did a great job reading that. You know, Boonville has something this year that maybe we haven't had in the past, and that is a secondary that's very alert and very capable. Doing a great job. Jake Boyer, great read, great break on the ball.
And have you noticed the last 3 or 4 times the Hillbillies have thrown it, they've tried to get it all on one. They've abandoned the short passing game in favor of the long game. It's gone nowhere, buddy.
And now Boonville has a 1st and 10 at the Ozark 42.
Motion back, Curtis Christian. They give it to Shaw, the full. No, there's the pitch to Curtis Christian, and he is absolutely assaulted at the 44-yard line. Number 12. Number 28, number 44, Ricky Garrett. Nathan Stewart, Jonathan Flanagan, all in on the tackle. The Flanagan boys. How many more Flanagans are left in Ozark?
It's kind of like Hattaballs in Mansfield. I mean, they just keep producing them. Larry, there actually resulted in about a half-a-yard loss on that. We ran an option play to the left side and ran it perfectly. The defensive Ozark just snuffed it.
I actually thought Shaw had the football. Davis keeps it this time down to the 35-yard line. Going to be about 3-4 yards shy of the first down. It will bring up a third down for the Bearcats.
I think what is happening on that time is the defensive tackle for the Ozark Hillbillies on the right side did a stunt, and when Davis pulled the ball from the fullback, it left a lane, and Davis alertly read that lane, went right into it real quickly, and the result was a gain of about 7 yards.
Well, the Hillbillies have defensed this Boonville running game as good as I've seen anybody defense it this year, but still they're having problems. They're on the short end of a 7-0 score. Derek Davis gives it to Shaw, 30. Shaw fumbles. It goes out of bounds at the 27. The Bearcats will maintain possession. It came loose there before Shaw went down, but luckily for the Bearcats, it rolled out of bounds at the 28.
That was just a handoff to Shaw. It looked like an ISO play to the fullback. Shaw looked like he had the ball covered up fairly well, and then the defender who wrapped him up pulled him from behind, exposing the ball, and another defender knocked it loose. Fortunately for the Bearcats, it went out of bounds.
Bearcats have 3 minutes and 6 seconds. They'll start the clock after moving the chains. McDonald's in motion. There's a flag before this one gets unraveled.
It's going to be a legal procedure against the Bearcats, Larry.
Well, that penalty's hurt us tonight. 3 times I've counted at least we've been caught.
What is happening is that we're leaning towards the line of scrimmage. You don't have to take a step. If you lean with your body towards the line of scrimmage prior to the snap of the ball, that's a legal procedure. That's a legal motion, and that's happened several times, and that's what took place that time. Now, instead of being 1st and 10, it's going to be 1st and 15. That's a totally different scenario facing this Ozark defense.
And you've only got 3 minutes and 6 seconds to traverse 35 yards to build to that lead. Derek Davis gives it to Curtis Christian. No, Tobler Turner. He could go all the way, and he does. Spinning out of a couple of tackles, Tobler Turner dances down the sidelines for 6.
Larry, there's a young man that's got to be mentioned on that touchdown run right there, and that's Aaron Plunkett, number 56. Aaron Plunkett was the pulling lineman that sprung out, pulled from his normal position, kicked out on linear, come down the line of scrimmage and kicked the defensive end out at exactly the right time for Turner to cut up on the inside into that lane and score the touchdown. Plunkett, that was a great block.
Wayne Pack is going to attempt the point. Down, up, and good. Boonville has stretched it out, 14-0, and we'll be back. 2:57 left. Tobler Turner. I'm telling you, alliteration at its best. Tobler Turner. A beauty. I'll tell you what, this kid could teach you a few lessons in ballet class, couldn't he? Twisting and turning and spinning out of tackles.
Great spin
and
move.
Walking the old tightrope into the end zone.
Remember that name, Tobler Turner.
Double T. It's the Double T brand, folks. Kickoff goes to the 25.
Hand off to the first man through, and he's got a lane.
40, 50, cuts back at the 40, and the great field position for the Hillbillies at the Bearcat 40. Boy, you don't like to see that kind of a return with this close to being out of the first half.
You know, Larry, we've had some problems on our kickoff coverage this year. Think back to the Dardanelle game and think back to one of the returns that Mansfield had against us. It seems like we do have a breakdown. That was the little crisscross. The ball was fielded. The up-back handed it off to the first man through, and he was 20 yards before he was touched.
Well, that's the monkey we created, buddy, and it's kind of risen up to bite us a couple of times tonight.
1st and 10 at the Boonville 40-yard line. Ozark is now setting.
Out of the shotgun, fumble, picked up, and might have gotten back to the line of scrimmage. Hillard fumbled the snap out of the shotgun, picked it up. Had trouble finding a handle on it to get it up.
I believe that was number 40. Correct me if I'm wrong. Brad Riles on the stop was the initial defensive player to make that stop.
Now, buddy.
57, Corey Carter.
Buddy, if you do well in the outhouse race, you may be signed up to be on this team. You know?
No, we'll have to talk about that later.
I'll pay to see that.
2nd and 10.
Deep snap out of the shotgun. Hillard keeps it down to the 35, 34-yard line of the Bearcats. Going to bring up a 3rd and about 3, possibly 4 to go, but the clock moves at 2:02.
I think that was Corey Carter again, along with number 20, Curtis Christian, on the stop, combining for the Bearcats. Now Ozark facing a 3rd down. Let's call it a long 3 from the 34-yard line of the Bearcats. That was just a delayed draw from the shotgun. Quarterback took the snap. Very short delay right at the middle.
Motion back is 35. Deep snap out of the shotgun. Hillard hands it off the first man through. Bounces off a couple of tacklers. Gets down to the 26-yard line. Well, they're battling the clock. It's going to bring, they're going to move the chains. They'll get a timeout to move those chains. 1st and 10 Ozark from the Boonville 27. A minute 32 left, and they'll start the clock back up as soon as the chains are set.
Larry, there were several defensive players from Bearcats that had a chance to stop that young man. However, they didn't wrap him up. They just hit him hard, and he kept spinning.
Deep snap to Hillard, wants to throw. He's looking, gonna tuck it in and keep it to the 25, to the 20, inside the 20 to the 19. Do they have any timeouts left? Yeah, they're calling one of them. Coaching staff at Ozark gets the timeout call with 1:12 left in the half. Line of scrimmage will be the Bearcat 19 when we come back. The Ozark Hillbillies down 14-0 are facing a 2nd and 3 from the Boonville 20-yard line is where they've spotted it. They're working against the clock with a minute 12 left, but they do have 2 timeouts remaining.
And that incredible kickoff return is what set them up for this possible score right here.
Hillard out of the shotgun. Gives it to the first man through. That ain't going to get it. Well, I tell you what, they're going to have to put it up, it looks like.
That's going to be about a 2-yard loss. He just handed it to the fullback out of the shotgun formation, and I mean, he was met by at least 2. I think it was Brad Riles that made the stop, or was the initial defensive ball player that made contact with him. Also number 75 for the Bearcats, and that's going to be old Mr. Wayne Pack.
And 3rd down and 5. Hillard rolls right, throws deep, overthrown in the end zone, intended, I believe, is that number 7? I believe it's intended for Michael Bowman.
Looks like Springer was back there on coverage for the Bearcats. However, defensively, what made that play, Larry, was good defensive coverage in the secondary. However, the pressure from the front defensive line of the Bearcats had the quarterback from Ozark just miffed. He had to move and throw quickly.
I don't understand the success they were having with that little slant pass. In the last 5 times they've thrown it, they've gone deep with it, especially here needing 5 yards for a first down. Now they face a 4th and 5. 38 seconds
Big
left.
play right here.
Out of the shotgun. Hillard wants to throw. He's going to have to run it. Did he get the first? There's a penalty thrown over on the left side, over on the north sidelines.
It's going to be close to a first down anyway, and then that penalty flag is going to make...
Makes you think holding or a face mask or something. We don't know. Let's see. Penalties at the flag dropped at the 19. It's going to be against Ozark, and it's going to be declined.
And it's declined, and
the Bearcats take over with 30 seconds left in the half.
Larry, that was a fine defensive effort that time by the Bearcats. Boy, you talk about showing their stuff. They put it on when they had to really put it on.
So the Bearcats have to burn 30 ticks on that clock, and they'll go to the dressing room with a 14-0 lead, buddy. They played almost a perfect game defensively tonight here in the first half.
I would be tempted just to down the ball right here, Larry.
Take a knee.
Take a knee, burn the clock, go in and talk about it a while.
They're going to hand it off, and
Shaw
gets it, and he bursts through into the secondary up to the 29-yard line. That's close to the first down with 22 seconds. They've stopped the clock to move the chains.
Because it is a first down. That's going to be right at exactly a 10-yard gain for Daniel Shaw.
Well, the Bearcats traveled up to Elkins next week, buddy. We don't know much about the Elks.
But they have great places to eat in that part of the country.
You're thinking, I know what you're thinking.
I'm telling you. I can tell you about
what's that little voice I'm hearing in my ear? Sound Pizza Junction.
Shaw again on the carry.
Shaw bursts through into the secondary up to the 38-yard line. That's going to do it. Your first half is history, folks. We're halfway there. Boonville in front 14-0, and we'll be back on the other side of halftime. Simon wrote a song about Glenn Parrish several years ago called Nobody Does It Better.
Not a one.
They even used it as a theme to one of James Bond.
That's true. That's true. I wonder if Glenn knows it.
Starring Glenn Parrish.
Yeah. Anyway, the stats for this evening. These are the closest ones I've seen all year. You know, so far in the course of this year, we've kind of seen some blowouts by the Bearcats. However, tonight is not the case. First downs, Boonville has 9 first downs, Ozark 4. Rushing, Boonville has 146 yards, Ozark has 76. Passing, Boonville hasn't thrown the ball. However, Ozark has. They've thrown 5 of 11, 1 interception for 26 yards. Total yardage, Boonville 146, Ozark 102.
And we'll pick up some of those other stats. We're about ready to kick it off here to start the second half. Keep those handy. Keep them smoking, buddy, and we'll get to them in just a few minutes.
We are about to start this second half, even though there's 1 minute and 14 seconds showing on the clock.
Well, they want to get this one over with early. Somebody's got a movie they want to see tonight. Maybe another debate. Is there another debate on tonight? And I can understand ending this thing early to see one of those debates.
They are going to sit there and watch the clock run down, so I'm going to give you a few more of these stats. The key in the first half.
Yeah, the referee, as you can see, you'll see it on the playback tomorrow. The referee wants the clock to get going. Now, we're going to have to wait. There's no way to speed that clock up, I gather, other than to watch it tick down from 44 seconds to 0.
Now they've reset the clock.
There you go.
And we're ready to go.
So, after the false start comes the actual start from the 40. Bearcats will receive it, the option line with the Ozark Hillbillies in the first half. Boonville will receive in the second half. End over end, liner fielded at the 18. Back to the 20 and the 25. Tobler-Turner gets up near the 30-yard line, and Tobler's going to be down by number 35, along with number 12, Ricky Garrett and John Sisson combined to stop Double T.
And Tobler-Turner ran our own little version of the crisscross on the kickoff return that time, and returns, like you said, returns it to the 30-yard line of the Bearcats, where Boonville will have its first possession of the second half. First and 10.
Bearcats break the huddle, come to the line. Ball will be spotted at the hash mark to the near side. A lot of room on the north side. In motion, Curtis Christian. Derek Davis gives it to Curtis. Stood up at the 30, falls forward to about the 31 for about a 1-yard gain. Christian had 21 yards and a touchdown, buddy, in the first half. Who was the leading rusher for the Bearcats?
The leading rusher for the Bearcats was going to be Shaw. Shaw rushed the ball 8 times for 51 yards. Davis rushed the ball 7 times for 34 yards. McDonald 3 times for 5 yards. Christian 3 for 21, and Tobler-Turner 2 for 35 yards.
Single wide out to the left of the Bearcats. Derek Davis barks the signals. Long snap count. McDonald in motion. Davis is going to keep it, and his head is nearly taken off at the 30-yard line.
By number 66.
Number 66 corralled him, Adam Woods. Just all clouded up and rained all over him.
Adam Woods, I believe, I'll have to take a look where he lines up defensively on this snap of the ball, but I believe he came in out of a linebacker blitz that time, Larry, and he timed the snap count just perfectly, and nobody touched him, and he just leveled.
Hillbillies know if they're going to have a chance at this one, they're going to have to stop the Bearcat rushing game that's bitten them a couple of times in the first half for a 14-0 lead. Motion back is Christian again.
Hands off to McDonald.
McDonald spins out of one tackle, but then he's ganged up on over there at the 31, and he got absolutely nothing on that one. It's going to be 4th down and about 8.5 yards to go, buddy, and a punt formation coming up for the Bearcats.
So the Ozark defense in the beginning of the second half does a great job stiffening and not allowing Boonville a first down right off the bat. Boonville now facing a 4th down and 8 from their own 32-yard line, and by all means, looks like we're going to have to punt the football out of there. Looks like Davis is back in deep punt formation.
Davis is going to field it at the 20-yard line.
And Ozark's bringing the house. Ozark's bringing them all.
They got one lone back to receive. There's the kick, gotten away cleanly. It's going to bound down to the 30, inside the 25 now, all the way down to the 20-yard line, and there it is down. 1st and 10 from the 20. The Hillbillies are going to go on the move now with 9:51 left in the third quarter. They trail it 14-0. This is the battle for first place, buddy, in 4 AAA.
Larry, that punt's going to go down to about a 50-yard punt that time by Davis. Nice roll. That's the danger of bringing 10 men on the line of scrimmage. You got that lone back there that's to field the punt, and the ball was kicked away from him, and he couldn't get over to field it. 1st and 10 Ozark from their own 21-yard line.
Hillbillies go with dual wideouts to the right and left. Hillard, the quarterback, hands it off to the first man through, the fullback on the wishbone. That's the first option of the triple.
And I believe that's going to be Corey Carter, number 54, in on that stop for the Bearcats.
Pickup of 2 yards. 2nd and 8 for the Hillbillies. Well, they need to get something going. 14-0, Boonville out in front. It's been a tough game, buddy. Hard-nosed football.
Hard-nosed, especially defensively. Both defenses tonight have come to play football, and it's made it tough on the opposing offenses.
Number 2 and number 7 are wide right and left, respectively. Whitlock and Michael Bowman.
Little fullback trap.
Gives it off to the fullback, and he's going to get up to about the 27 before he's going to be brought down there by, did anybody get a number?
It was Tobler Turner, number 24.
We'll leave the Hillbillies with a 3rd down and 3 from their own 27-yard line.
That was a little delayed trap to the fullback, and there was plenty of room. The hole opened up real well at the line of scrimmage. It's just I think he ran a little bit too much lateral and didn't get upfield quick enough. However, the result is a positive yardage play. They're now facing 3rd down and 3.
Bearcats come to the line. Lone wideout is number 2, Shane Whitlock to the right. Wishbone formation behind the quarterback. Hands off to the fullback. First man through, 1st down. I believe that'll move the chains, and it does. The line of scrimmage will be near the 32-yard line.
That's just a 3-hole hand load that time, just to bring the house. Fullback's out in front, lead block. Left halfback's out in front, lead block, and hand off to the right halfback in behind him. 1st and 10, Ozark.
Now they spread the offense. Hillard, the quarterback, turns around, says something to the fullback behind him. Long snap count. Hillard keeps the football, cuts in. A nice, nifty move by the Hillbilly quarterback up over the 40 to near the 41-yard line. That'll be close to another Hillbilly 1st down. We'll check it.
Larry, right now they're running they ran number 7 at quarterback that time, I believe, wasn't it?
Well, that would be Michael Bowman.
Maybe I was mistaken. I'll have to watch.
Number 7 has been a flanker most of the night, but let's see.
That may have been the case. 2nd down and less than a yard for the Hillbillies.
And Hillard,
and I don't think he's going to get it.
No, he's going to be stopped shy. He needed a little less than a yard, buddy, and I don't believe he got it. Eagle Eye Swift on the call.
They gave him a 1st down.
Oh, he must. Oh my, that's a great spot for the Hillbillies.
Boy, they didn't even take time to measure that. They just said 1st down.
And the crowd down below us, Boonville partisans, do not like the call.
I don't like it either.
Now, buddy. Now.
1st and 10 Ozark from the 42-yard line of the Hillbillies. 7:09 remaining in the 3rd quarter. Boonville leading 14-0.
Out of the wishbone. First man through. No gain. We'll call it 2nd and 10. Clock moving at the 7-minute mark. 14-0. Boonville out in front in this 4 AAA battle.
It looks like a pair of 50s coming off that stack. Number 57, Tony Davis, along with number 54, Corey Carter, defensively on that defensive line, making that stop for the Bearcats after about a 1-yard gain. Boy, the Boonville crowd is just electric out here tonight. I mean, they're a fired-up bunch.
This is by far the biggest crowd we've had at a home game this year.
They're all around the end zone.
Triple option. Quarterback rolls out. Wants to throw it. Intended. Down below us for number 24, it's going to be short. Brett Stone, the intended receiver, he needed to be about 1.5 yards back upfield to snag that one.
Well, Hillard rolled out to his right. It was a pass play the whole way. However, Hillard was under severe pressure that time by number 40, Brad Riles, and forced him to throw the ball, I think, just a little bit before he wanted to. And it resulted in an incompletion. Ozark now facing a 3rd down and 9, or maybe call it a long 8, from their own 43-yard line. Big play right here, Larry.
Hillard pitches deep at the 45 at midfield and across midfield to about the 49 in Bearcat territory.
Larry, I think he's going to be short of a 1st down by about 1.5 yards.
Ball carrier was Jared. Was it Reno to carry the ball, 23?
I believe you're right, and that is going to be a good yard and a half short of a 1st down. But remember, folks, this is almost the identical situation that Ozark was in when they faked the punt last time. and got a first down.
However, they needed 4 yards then. They only need about a yard here, but they're going to go for it.
Ozark's not even going to fake it this time. They're just going to go for it.
From the 49 in Bearcat territory, handoff straight ahead. Oh, the quarterback keeps it. He's got the first down on the second effort, and that'll move the chains.
That was just a veer play or an option play to the inside. Very quickly run and nicely done by the Ozark offense. They didn't wait around and read that very long. Just boom, boom, and out on the corner comes Hillard, the quarterback, with a good gain. Yeah.
Fake to the fullback up the middle, and he just sprinted right, cut back, and had the yardage he needed. 1st and 10, Bearcat, 47-yard line, 5:24 left in the third. Hillard, deep pitch, 45 down to the 43-yard line.
Looks like
that's number, what, 41? Is it 41, Craig Canet, or 40? Did you get the ball carrier? 44, maybe. Jonathan Flanagan, I think.
I did get the tackler, and that was Tobler Turner, number 24, but he just got him by his shoestring.
41 carried, so my first impression was right. Craig Canet carried.
4:50 remaining in the third quarter. Boonville leading 14-0. 2nd down 8.
And off first man through. Bulls his way inside the Bearcat 40 down to about the 39-yard line. Going to bring up a 3rd down, but folks, these Hillbillies are in 2-down territory just about anywhere on the field.
I think Brad Riles, number 40 for the Boonville Bearcats, is a little upset. He's lost his helmet. He's lost his gloves, his elbow pad. I think he feels like he might have been held there just a little bit.
3rd down, 3 for the Hillbillies, trailing 14-0. This is a big drive for the Hillbillies.
This will be another big play, like you said, for the Ozark Hillbillies on a sustained drive so far. Now with the ball across the 40-yard line, setting at the 39-yard line of Boonville. 3rd down, 3, Ozark.
Wishbone formation. Hillard running it, hands off to the fullback. He's spinning down to about the 36, 37-yard line. It's very near the first down. We'll see where they spot it.
That's going to be number 23 for the Hillbillies on the carry.
And that's a first down, buddy.
And that is Jared Riano.
Well, the Billies came out of the hills tonight. They came down to the valley to try to slay the Cats.
You know, evidently their halftime speech is doing some good. They did a great defensive stand to stop Boonville on their initial possession, and now offensively they have had a sustained drive all the way from their own 19-yard line.
There's a timeout on the field. Boonville takes the timeout. Time in for this message.
Are you confused by all the banks that keep popping up? Let Community National Bank help you cut through the confusion. Their dedicated and friendly staff will help you make good financial decisions. With a full line of financial services and drive-through banking, Community National Bank wants to be your hometown bank. Stop by and see what we're all about. Community National Bank, Highway 10 East in Boonville, 675-7070.
Hillbillies have the football at the Boonville Bearcat 36-yard line, trailing 14-0 with 4:04 left in the third quarter. 1st and 10, and the old gold and purple will be snapping it from the 36-yard line of the Bearcats, buddy.
That timeout was charged to the Bearcats. Coach Hyatt, the defensive coordinator, went out there and did a little talking to the Boonville defense.
There's the deep pitch to the 35, to 30, the 27-yard line, and shoved out of bounds, number 23 on the carry. That's Jared Reno. And Jared Reno of the Hillbillies gets pretty good yardage, and it's going to leave the Hillbillies with a second and less than a yard for the first, buddy, from the 26-yard line of the Bearcats.
He's going to be chased out of there, actually chased out of bounds by number 19, Jeremy McDonald. Like you said, it's now a 9-yard gain on that sweep play to the right side. Less than a yard for a first down. 2nd down, less than a yard.
High formation, deep pitch, goes to number 44, cuts back in at the 20-yard line. That'll move the chains again. 1st and 10, Ozark from the Bearcat 20. That was number 44 on the carry, buddy, Jonathan Flanagan.
Flanagan is the name that we've have spoke up several times during the course of the last couple of years.
That Flanagan family must be big and wide over at Ozark. They've had a player on this team as far back as I can remember.
Ozark now has a 1st and 10 from the Boonville 20-yard line, and they are just methodically running this ball down our throat right now.
Flanagan in motion, wants to throw it. Incomplete. Boy, I'll tell you what, a perfect pass would have been a touchdown there.
That was a well-constructed play.
Yeah, James Hilliard. He had an open man. Only problem is the receiver needed a stepladder to catch it.
Look, back on coverage was number 23, Jake Bulliard, along with number 24, Tobler Turner. 2nd down and 10. Boy, running the ball as good as they've done, that kind of makes you wonder what they did that for.
There's
Sweep
the
to the right again.
To the 20, the 15, the 11-yard line. That's number 23, is it on the carry? That would be Jared Reno. Well, that deep pitch, and we let the runner get some blockers out in front of it. They've made hay with that play tonight, buddy, especially here in the 3rd quarter.
It's just nothing more than a sweep right out of the wishbone formation and a sweep left out of the wishbone formation. You know, we struggled with that play against Clarksville the other night. They ran that pitch sweep to the right and left, and we had trouble all night long with it. So far, we're having the same trouble those are.
3rd down and a yard.
Fullback.
Hillbillies go up the middle, 1st down at the Bearcat 5. It's going to be 1st and goal, folks.
And that's going to be number 20, Curtis Christian on the stop.
Well, the Hillbillies, that big offensive line is taking a toll on this drive, buddy. They've been kind of standing the Bearcat defenders back on their heels. Good blocking along the offensive front.
Well, like you said, it's a 1st and goal from the 5-yard line for the Ozark Hillbillies. Now it's time for the Boonville defense to suck it up and get something done.
Dual wideouts to the right, to the left. Hilliard at quarterback. Deep pitch. Flanagan inside the 5 down to about the 1-yard line. It's going to bring up a 2nd and goal.
Well, I'll tell you what, Larry, if I'm Ozark, I don't change a whole lot. I just keep pitching the ball like they're doing there. They're getting
I'm going to give it to that guy or one like him. 3 straight downs here. 2nd down from the 1-yard line in Bearcat territory. You got to go with that play, buddy.
We're yet to stop that play. We haven't done what it's taken defensively to stop it.
Hillbillies break the huddle, come to the line, trailing 14-0, 2:29 left in the 3rd quarter. Hilliard at quarterback. They go up the middle. No signal yet. He did not get in.
Looks like he's going to be down to about the 1-foot line, Larry.
So they'll have 2 cracks at it from a foot away, buddy. Oh, the precious time is ticking away, but hey, there's plenty of it left in this game, though, if they can punch it in here. Bearcats have had exactly 1 possession, 3 downs, 4 downs, and out. Hillbillies go up the middle again. Touchdown! Well, 1st man through. The fullback scores the touchdown at 1:50 of the 3rd quarter.
Larry, that was an 80-yard methodical drive by the Ozark Hillbillies.
Did you catch the number of the young man that scored the touchdown?
No, I didn't. It was just a mass of humanity.
I think it was the fullback.
Number 78 for the Ozark Hillbillies is on to attempt the extra point, and that's going to be David Rawson. And there's going to be a flag on the play.
14-6 is your score.
Who's it going to be against? It's going to be offside against the defense.
Well, that's going to move it half the distance, but they're not going to go for the 2 here.
They are, too.
They are. Yeah, I think it was either Craig Kinnett or Jonathan Flanagan, but I don't know which young man scored the touchdown.
They're going to bring him in and go for the 2 now.
Well, they're only about, about 1.5 yards away from the goal line here. They tee that ball up on extra points at the 3-yard line, so this will move it to the 1.5 yard line. And the Hillbillies are going to take a crack at the 2-point conversion. They're going to go up. Oh, no good. Number 23. Jared Reno, 2-point attempt is stopped. Well, that could play a big part later on with 1:50 left in the 3rd quarter. 14-6 Boonville, and the Hillbillies are going to kick it off after failing on the 2-point attempt.
Larry, I really don't understand what took place on that play. They were so successful running that pitch sweep. We never stopped a pitch sweep during that drive for less than 3 or 4 yards per snap. And that time they ran a play that I hadn't seen them run during the course of the night. It kind of looked like a power play to the right side, and it wasn't even very fast coming out of the hole. And the defense swarmed it.
They gave it to Jared Reno, buddy. They'd been that the bread and butter man on that drive was Jonathan Flanagan on the deep pitch. And they didn't use him either of the last 2 plays, the touchdown run or the extra point run.
And the result of that is they don't make the 2-point conversion. So that actually comes back to help us some.
14-6. So now they're going to have to go for 2 should they score again and hold Boonville scoreless, and that would be in order to get a tie and send it into overtime.
Looks like Curtis Christian, number 20, and also Tobler Turner, number 24 for the Bearcats, deep to receive this kickoff by the Ozark Hillbillies.
We've got 1:50 left in the third quarter. The Bearcats have handled it for 4 downs in the third quarter. There's a Squibber picked up at the 27 and down there. 1st and 10 Boonville from their own 27-yard line.
Nothing wrong with that. It was just picked up by number 21 that time for the Boonville Bearcats, and that's going to be Chris King. Good hands. Just field the ball, get possession. Let's put our offense in and let's go to work.
Well, the Hillbilly defense has tightened up in the third quarter.
And that sure changes the complexion of this ball game. Here we was looking at 14-0, and now we're looking with 1:49 remaining in the third quarter. Ozark has cut that lead to 14-6.
Folks, these are a couple of good football teams, probably the cream of the crop in 4 AAA. You're watching them or listening to them play tonight.
Daniel Shaw on the carry, going to get good yardage that time. Looks like about 4 yards.
Well, he was upended at the 31-yard line. A pickup of 4, 2nd and 6. Clock moving, 1:35 left in the third quarter. Boonville out in front, 14-6.
Larry, there's still no danger here if Boonville will just offensively take the ball and just drive the ball and score and take authority of this ball game again.
Andrew Springer goes wide left for the Cats. Davis keeps the football. They've read that play beautifully. The Ozark defenders have here in the second half. And number 66 kind of closed the gap on him. Adam Woods on the tackle. Had a little help, but
that young man has been all over the field.
He surely has.
He's playing left linebacker out of that defensive set that the Hillbillies is running, and he has been all over the field tonight.
You don't see that many players that size that can catch up with Derek Davis on that play.
And he's built like a bowling ball, kind of low to the ground. Actually, that's going to be about a 1-yard gain by Davis. Now Boonville's looking at a 3rd and 5 from their own 31.
Davis gives to Shaw. I believe he got the first. Let's see.
He's going to be very, very close. Isolation play, a reverse handoff to the fullback and runs the middle. First down, Boonville.
That'll move the chains. Daniel Shaw picks it up for the Cats on a 3rd down play. Line of scrimmage will be the 38-yard line in Bearcat territory, 1st and 10. 30 seconds left in the third quarter.
Boy, this ball game has flown. It's just 9 o'clock. 1st and 10, ball at the 38-yard line of Boonville.
Give it to Curtis Christian, upended. I believe
looks like 50.
And number 3 stuck a big mid out and kind of got him off his stride, Chris Sutterfield. And Chris, in making that tackle, looked like he hurt his arm. He kind of tried to bulldog him with one hand.
Arm extended out from his body.
I've seen that move a lot in wrestling, professional wrestling.
And that's the end of the quarter, Larry.
Your score, Boonville 14, Ozark 6. We'll be back for Q4 after this.
Q4.
The staff at Boonville Family Clinic and Boonville Community Hospital work hard to bring the latest in healthcare to you. To serve the community better, Boonville Family Clinic has just broken ground on a new facility just around the corner from Boonville Community Hospital. Also working to improve medical access in the area, Boonville Community Hospital has opened a rural health clinic. The clinic is open Monday through Friday, 6 p.m. to midnight, and 8 to 8 Saturdays and Sundays. Both facilities take many different types of insurances, including Medicare, Medicaid, Blue Cross Blue Shield, United Healthcare, Qual Choice, and Principal. Boonville Family Clinic and Boonville Community Hospital, committed to your health.
We're back at Bearcat Stadium, 14-6 Boonville. Bearcats face a 2nd down and 8, buddy, and the line of scrimmage will be their own 40-yard line. We're starting the fourth quarter, and this is tighter than Dick's hat band. Where have you heard that before?
It's a tough one. 2nd down 8.
Tight formation. Derek Davis gives it to Daniel Shaw, the fullback. Daniel gets up over the 35 to the 37. It's going to bring up a 3rd down and 2.
Larry, it wouldn't surprise me at this stage in the ball game that we just don't start riding Daniel Shaw. You know, Daniel Shaw has been a key part of our offense, but he hasn't been showcased in the first half. Right now, he may be the one. Put it on his shoulders.
I tell you, you talk about weapons of mass destruction. That young man is one.
You're right about that. Daniel Shaw is a weapon of mass destruction.
3rd down, 1 yard to go. Lone wide to the left in motion McDonald. Davis keeps it. Gets loose into the secondary. He's at the 35. He's at the 25. The 24-yard line.
Larry, that was an outstanding run. Outstanding run. That's going to be 10, 20, 25, right at 30 yards on the carry on
Shane
a play.
Whitlock and Nathan Stewart, along with a couple of other old gold jerseys, had to team up to bring him down at the 24-yard line. 1st and 10, Boonville.
And
what
that
a
was
score
just
here would do.
Superior effort by the quarterback Davis that time. He was stopped at the line of scrimmage, spun off of it, got great yardage.
Davis gives it to Turner, double T. Tries to get outside, he goes down.
Larry, that was a hand back to the left side to Tolbert Turner. Turner's got some good speed, and he uses that speed and that agility, and he's going to carry the ball out to about, I still haven't seen where they marked it.
24-yard line.
Really, they're marking no gain, Larry, so it's going to be 2nd down and 10, Boonville. With 10 minutes, 28 seconds remaining in this ball game, Boonville still leading, holding on to a 14-6 lead.
2nd down. 10 yards to go. Daniel Shaw at the 15-yard line. He's wrapped up at about the 14, so they're going to mark him down. It'll bring up a 3rd down. Oh, I tell you what, 9 yards on the carry for Daniel Shaw. There's the weapon we were talking about, buddy.
Daniel Shaw, hard to stop. When he gets motivated, get out of his way. I don't want to take him head up. I can tell you that right now. The ball is at the 20. Let's check that. The ball is at the 14-yard line now of Ozark. Boonville facing a 3rd and about a half a yard for a 1st down.
Dual wideouts to the left. Motion back is McDonald. Ball fumbled along the line of scrimmage. Davis comes out. Will look like it was loose. Davis winds up with it, and he's the man of the moment, I tell you what.
Larry, that's that tough situation we talked about over at Mansfield the other night. When you run that option play right over the middle and it gets blowed up on like that on the defense just blows it up. Well, there's a mesh taking place between the quarterback and the fullback, and both of them have simultaneous possession. And you really don't know what to do with the ball, so you both try to hold on to it. That time, Davis came out of there and tried to just get what he could get. Hopefully, it's enough for a 1st down.
They're going to measure it for the 1st. He's a little bit shy, I believe.
He's short by a foot.
Actually, it's about 6 inches, buddy. I hate to disagree with you.
Okay, well, 6 inches. That's better than a foot.
This is a game of what?
Inches.
Inches.
You're right.
Well, we needed about 6 more then.
So it's going to be 4th down in inches for the Bearcats. Ball is at the 19-yard line of the Ozark Hillbillies.
4th down.
This is a big play.
Hillbillies need to group up and stop the Cats here. They go with Shaw. He breaks through into the secondary. 1st down inside the 10, down to near the 5-yard line.
Boy, that was some great blocking up in front that time. Number 77 for the Boonville Bearcats. That young man's going to be Matthew Motes. He did a great job springing that block on the outside.
Boy, Matt he's big enough.
And that is going to be a 1st and goal with the ball setting right about at the 5-yard line.
Well, this is how you have to answer a touchdown, right? You have to suck it up and bring it right back at them.
Answer with another touchdown.
1st and goal from the 7-yard line. 8:45 left in this one. Derek Davis gives it to McDonald. Touchdown! Jeremy McDonald scores from 7 yards out.
That might be the backbreaker right there, Larry. That might be the backbreaker.
Comes at 8:37 of the 4th quarter. Extra point attempt from Wayne Pack. Bearcats have just moved out to a 20-6 lead on the McDonald touchdown. Ball up, ball good. Boonville 21, Ozark 6. We want to welcome the listeners back. We lost temporary connection on the radio broadcast, didn't we? Although we weren't picked up, so if you haven't been hearing the broadcast to that point and we were made aware of it, we're back on the air now. The Bearcats have driven it down and capped it off with a 7-yard scoring run from Jeremy McDonald and gives them a little bit of breathing room at 21-6.
And as we spoke about earlier, Daniel Shaw was one of the key elements in that offensive possession. Boonville answering an Ozark touchdown with a Boonville touchdown, doing just what it had to do to get back, to take this ball game to a different level. Now Boonville leads 21-6.
Let's take time out for this message from our sponsors.
When you enter Connie's Antiques and Gifts on West Main in Boonville, you will be greeted by a friendly, courteous staff dedicated to serving you in any way possible. Each room at Connie's is filled with the latest in home decor, home fragrance, top-end antiques, collectibles, jewelry, bath and body, luggage, and garden decor. The ladies at Connie's are avid Bearcat fans. They have Bearcat apparel for the smallest Bearcat to the largest Bearcat. They haven't forgotten your vehicle either. Bearcat key rings, car flags, and antenna paws. Visit Connie's and you will see why we say it is the place to shop when only the best will do.
Bearcats have kicked it off and recovered it. Well, nobody wanted the football for the Hillbillies, and Tobler Turner gets the kickoff. Holy cow.
Okay, Tobler Turner.
Double T. Just stamp the double T brand on it, folks.
Tobler Turner.
I'm amazed. We had a host of old gold jerseys looking at the football. It's a live football at the 34-yard line, and nobody wanted it.
That's just a mental breakdown by the Ozark Hillbillies. The ball was in a position that was unusual for them. It wasn't used to it happening that way, and they didn't react to it properly, and Boonville alertly jumps on it.
Bearcats back in business. McDonald spinning down to the 31-yard line. And Bearcats trying to put this one away.
And there's that number 66 for the Ozark Hillbillies, Adam Woods again. That young man is a great defensive ball player for the Ozark Hillbillies. However, it is after about a 3-yard gain that time by McDonald on that hand back to the right side. Take a look at that harvest moon up there, Larry.
I call it a blood red moon, buddy.
That summer sun was blood red.
Blood red and going down. Tanya Tucker.
2nd down and 7 for the Boonville Bearcats at 32-yard line of Ozark.
McDonald in motion.
Oh,
Daniel Shaw gets the call inside the 30 down to about the 28-yard line. We'll bring up a 3rd down on about 4. I'll call it 3rd and 5.
Larry, Daniel Shaw that time I actually think tripped over his offensive lineman's foot. It wasn't a defensive play that actually made the tackle on Shaw that time. At this time, I would like to remind you folks that are listening that you are listening to Boonville Bearcat Football simulcast on Cool 104.7, KRBK, Boonville, Fort Smith, and the Boonville Community Link.
Yes,
Channel
sir.
2.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Man in motion.
Christian in motion, and Derek Davis is going to be eaten alive at the 30-yard line. October days. Yeah, tomorrow. Good time to be had by all. What kind of stuff we got going on tomorrow besides it? There we go.
Well, there's going to be music.
Music.
And there's going to be food.
Food, hey.
And there's going to be some games.
Games.
And there's going to be the Outback Dash
That's
Outhouse races.
That's the race.
That's the race. And it'll start at 3 o'clock in downtown Boonville, Arkansas, and go till about 10 o'clock.
It's going to be fun, folks. October days. D-A-Z-E. Derek Davis into the secondary at the 21-yard line.
That will be a first down.
Bearcats rolling now. 6:12 left.
Derek Davis, option play to the right side. Good read. Pulls the ball from the fullback, finds the crease, and makes the first down.
And
that will be a 1st and 10 at the Ozark 20-yard line. 6:04 remaining in this fourth quarter. Boonville leading 21-6 over the Ozark Hillbillies.
Derek Davis shaking up a little bit, maybe a cramp in the old calf muscle. Let's see, he's trying to straighten it out.
He's okay. He'll be all right. What they're going to do now is they're going to let that clock run down, and that's what they did. Now Coach Rippey has taken a timeout.
Let's take a time in for these messages.
Are you confused about real estate? Why not let the professionals at Century 21 Fitzgerald Olson Real Estate take the worry out of your next real estate transaction? Whether you're buying or selling, in town or out, the professionals at Century 21 Fitzgerald Olson Real Estate will work hard for you. Come see what Keith and the agents at Century 21 Fitzgerald Olson Real Estate can do for you. Century 21 Fitzgerald Olson Real Estate, Highway 10 East in Boonville, 675-4141.
And folks, take a look at that Harvest Moon. Oh my.
October.
That's worth the price of admission tonight.
October Harvest Moon. That is worth the price of admission.
I want to know who the guys that did that primal scream on that last spot. Daniel Shaw.
Daniel Shaw on the carry. Isolation play to the left side, and he bounces for about 3 yards, I think, Larry, on that carry.
Great carry on a first down. Now, I don't believe Microsoft would put something like that in. Well, whoever did it should audition for the next Tarzan movie, don't you? If they could add a few, a little bit of inflection on the voice.
Boonville now facing a 2nd down and 7. The ball is spotted at the 18-yard line of the Ozark Hillbillies. 5:14 remaining in this whole ball game. Boonville leading 21-6 at this time.
On back, Shaw in motion. Curtis Christian. They go with the fullback. Shaw going to be stood up.
And he is going to be met by several Ozark Hillbillies, one being number 3.
No gain.
And that is going to be Chris Sutterfield along with number 41. And that is Craig Kinnett. And tell me, how many times has Daniel Shaw been held for no gain?
Not very often. And I tell you what, if you can, very, very few times during the year you'll see him gain nothing or minus yards on a carry.
And now Boonville's looking at a 3rd down and 7. Ball at the, let's say, the 17-yard line of the Hillbillies.
Third formation. McDonald in motion. Davis wants to throw. Touchdown! Holy cow! Faked everybody out, including everybody up here. Wide open.
Haney
is Andrew Haney. I thought it was Christian. I saw the 0. Andrew Haney from the split end spot. What a play. Derek Davis froze the line and just lofted it. And Haney had 5 or 6 steps on the closest defender, buddy.
You know, Larry, we talked about that. We've run the ball. We haven't even tried to throw the ball all night long. And you think, you know, if you just back off on play action, throw the ball downfield, they probably won't even cover him. And Haney was wide open.
Pack to try the point. And it's good. Boonville 28, Ozark 6. We'll be back.
Of course, you know that Skinner Hardware is your one-stop shop for old-fashioned seed and garden supplies. And Skinner's is your local steel dealer for chainsaws and trimmers, as well as Cub Cadet mowers and tillers. You also know that Skinner's is your source for Dixon ZTR mowers and white mowers. Did you know that Skinner's is your local authorized Whirlpool dealer as well? That's right. Skinner has a variety of electric and gas ranges and cooktops. Skinner's also has dishwashers, side-by-side refrigerators, and chest-type freezers to fit every budget. And Skinner's also has a washing machine that will clean that nacho cheese off your Bearcat shirt. Did I mention they also have self-powered hydraulic wood splitters? That's Skinner's Hardware, downtown Boonville.
You know,
well, we're back.
There's going to be a new name for you.
What is it?
Larry Mitchell-Damas.
Oh, you mean Nostradamus, don't
Yes,
you?
as in Nostradamus. What did you predict the score was going to be?
I actually predicted it would be 28-7, and right now it's 28-6, and I do have 4 witnesses. I said it before the game ever started.
Yes, you did. I agree with that.
But hey, it ain't over yet. 4:19 left.
Nostradamus, did you look off in like a bowl when you? It was a pizza box.
I don't eat pizza.
4:19.
Haney kicks it off after the touchdown reception. Fielded it to 25. Bearcats fired up now. They nail him at the 29-yard line. 1st and 10 from the 29.
That's going to be Levi Luter. Larry, take us back a few years. Can you remember the hit man? I'm trying to remember the young man's name. He's just constantly making tackles on the kickoff coverage team. Oh, Levi Luter reminds me. Every time he gets down, he's in on the tackle every time on that kickoff return.
He covers a lot of ground, Levi does.
Yes, he does.
Outstanding defensive player. Boonville defense as a whole.
Jordan Therrell.
Jordan Therrell. Jordan Therrell. You're right.
Every time he's in on that tackle, Levi Luter is going after that Therrell award.
I tell you, out of the shotgun, Hillbillies under pressure now. Trailing 28-6. There's a little throw out to the right. It's incomplete. Bobbled, actually, before it was in possession when he hit the ground. 2nd down and 10 from the 31-yard line. The Bearcat defense, special teams play at all has been a great effort tonight.
Oh, and you know what? How many times does the special teams of a football team actually make the turning point during the course of the game? And that's at any level.
This is a good Ozark football team, folks, and the Bearcats have effectively shut them down tonight.
2nd down 10 Ozark from their own 30.
To throw it, Hilliard firing deep, almost intercepted by Andrew Springer.
Boy, Springer had a bead on it, but he was in coverage, and he just could not get back quite far enough.
But I tell you what, buddy, it keeps coming back to depth. The Bearcats are blessed with a lot of depth, especially at running back this year, and they'll wear you down.
They will wear you down. They're talented throughout. Got a great offensive line and a great defense.
Well, since the Hillbillies cut it to 14-6, the Bearcats have gotten a motor running, and they've scored 2 touchdowns to kind of pull out 28-6. Out of the shotgun, Hilliard. James Hilliard wants to throw. He's looking deep. Fires across the middle, incomplete. At the 42-yard line, intended for number 80. Is it number 80? I believe it was. Number 80, Chris Cagle.
Larry, I tell you,
4th down and 10. They may go for it here. There's really no other choice with 3:59 left.
Hilliard, the quarterback for the Ozark Hillbillies, is getting happy feet back there. He has been hit, he's been hammered, he's been rushed, he's been hurried all night long by this Boonville defense, and he just can't stand to be back there anymore.
Out of the shotgun, do or die. 4th down, 10. He's going to throw. Complete. 1st down at the 48-yard line of the Bearcats. Well, that's some pressure. That's a pressure-packed throw there.
Well, that was.
Number 2, Shane Whitlock. He just took his position, planted his feet in the pocket, and whipped it out, buddy.
And give credit to the Ozark offensive line. They gave him time to throw the football that time.
Waste little time, do the Hillbillies, out of the shotgun. Wide open formation. Hilliard rolling to his left, firing back across the middle. Incomplete. Intended for Whitlock again at the Bearcat 27.
And on coverage was number 24, Tobler Turner, along with Springer, number 45. I'll tell you, that was number 2, wasn't it, that was intended for? The pass was intended for
Shane Whitlock.
Whitlock.
Same young man that caught the preceding pass.
You got to give that young man credit. He was covered well. Actually, he had double coverage on him. Kind of held up, gave a little hitch in his step, and then broke away and got separation from the defense.
Out of the shotgun, Hilliard bobbles it, running for his life toward the left sideline. Throws at the last minute. Almost intercepted by Bolyard. Springer also down there. And I think he was past the line of scrimmage. They have thrown the flag.
That was a great effort by Jake Bolyard, number 23 that time. A great effort. He was covering his man and kind of got contorted back around to get his hand on the football. Great job. And I believe if that is being thrown past the line of scrimmage, I think that'll be a loss of down also, Larry.
I think you're right. They'll lose the down. So that'll move the down marker.
It is a loss of down.
And they'll charge him 5 yards and cost him a down. 3:27 left. 28-6, Boonville.
So the call is that he was past the line of scrimmage when he attempted the pass, which is a no-no. And that results in a 5-yard penalty and a loss of down.
Well, the Bearcats travel up to Elkins to play the Elks next Friday night. Their time will be around 7:20, kickoff around 7:30. We say that tentatively because we were faked out once this year at Clarksville. Pass complete, but it's back to the line of scrimmage, original line of scrimmage. It's going to bring up about a 4th and 9, buddy, from there. Well, we should be on the air at 7:20, and that kickoff should be at 7:30. Isn't that standard for most of these AAA football
That's normally standard.
And Clarksville, right, they started early at Clarksville.
Looks like Ozark is now going to be facing a 4th down and about 8. There's 2:50 remaining in this football game. Boonville leading 28-6 over the Ozark Hillbillies.
Well, they came through under pressure last time, but the Bearcats have the, Curtis Christian just burst through, unattended, unblocked, undefended, and nailed the quarterback for a loss all the way back to the Hillbilly 37, and the Bearcats will take it over there.
Larry Curtis Christian is playing defensive end, and he was sent on a crash that time. What a great crash it was. Made a great read, made a great angle to the quarterback, and actually tackled him when he turned to rotate and throw the ball. Great job.
Bearcats will be back here 2 weeks from tonight, and that will be homecoming against Waldron.
So now Boonville is going to have a 1st and 10 at the Ozark 36-yard line. I'll tell you another young man that's had a good night for the Boonville Bearcats. That's number 57. That's Tony Davis.
Derek Davis gives it to number 23 now.
And that's going to be Bolyard.
Bolyard is in the line. Oh, that ought to be a penalty down. And they get the flag. Number 66, Adam Woods, just slammed him down a little too hard beyond the sideline stripe.
He was way out of bounds, too. Way out of bounds.
You can see the frustration in some of these fellas, and Adam Woods is a great football player, but just a little frustration taking it out on the ball carrier.
Well, it's been such a, face it, it's been such a competitive ball game all night long. I tell you, there's emotions in this ball game. There's more than just a game being played here. There's a lot of emotion in this ball game.
There's a timeout, I believe, charged to Ozark.
It's a major infraction, 15 yards, unsportsmanlike conduct assessed against the Ozark Hillbillies.
No, they did not take a timeout, I don't believe. They're going to move it to the Bearcat, or check it, the Hillbilly 22-yard line. The Bearcats will have it 1st and 10 from there. That roughness penalty out of bounds. Adam Woods a little too over-aggressive on the tackle, and
Larry,
ball carrier was out of
they're
bounds.
Taking Woods. Woods is coming out of the ball game. And count that to the credit of the Ozark coaching staff. Coach Johnson came, Coach Johnson is the head coach. He's not the defensive coordinator, but Coach Johnson took it on himself to come to the Ozark huddle and settle that group down. That's a class act right there, and he took number 66 out of the ball game with him.
Well, I tell you, everybody has moments like that at some point in their life.
I mean, face it, this is very frustrating. Ozark's on the 28-6 short end of a score with the clock running down to nothing here. It's 2 minutes and 37 seconds left in this ball game. Very frustrated, very emotional game.
And this was a 14-6 ball game going into the 4th quarter, bud.
1st and 10 Boonville from the 21-yard line of Ozark.
Dual wideouts for the Bearcats. Derek Davis under center. Bolyard in motion. They're going to give it to Shaw.
They're going to give it to Bolyard again.
Bolyard, number 23. And Bolyard might have gotten to the 20. Let's see where no, he didn't. He made it back to the 21. It's going to be essentially no gain on the play. 2nd down and 10. Clock moving at 2:17.
We're starting to see a few jerseys kind of mingle into the starting lineup there. Levi Luter is now in, Larry, and he's going to be a wide out to the right side, number 25.
Bearcats in control, 28-6. Hey, you're going to see both of these clubs in postseason action.
Oh, no doubt.
2 minutes. Derek Davis.
Tobler Turner.
Double T trying to get the 20. Gets around his defender. Scuttles out of bounds inside the, 10-yard line over there?
Well, I tell you what, Larry Tobler Turner has some jets.
Well, he turns them on, too, when he gets a step on the side, around the defender on the sideline. Tobler Turner, he's had an outstanding year, just a good hard-nosed football player.
I was talking the other day, I was talking to Kyle Arnold, a former Bearcat football great, if y'all remember. And I was talking to Kyle, and he said, Tobler Turner is my cousin. I said, so that legacy's carried on. And he goes, yeah, that legacy's carried on.
Single wide out for the Bearcats to the right. Derek Davis gives to Daniel Shaw, the fullback, inside the 15-yard line, down to about the 13. Actually, I miscalled the last one. It was over on the north sideline, and the line of scrimmage was near the 15.
And Boonville's
going to bring up a 4th and about 2, buddy, from about the 14-yard line of the Hillbillies. Bearcats looking at a 4th down.
4th and 2, and with a minute and 18 and counting in this football game remaining, Boonville leading 28-6 over Ozark.
So if the Bearcats can pick a first down up here, that'll effectively do it. They're in front by 3 touchdowns. Daniel Shaw's got it, and more inside the 10-yard line. And that should be a 1st and goal from there, buddy.
Larry, one of the things that often amazes
from
me.
The 9.
Well, actually, I consider it kind of a privilege. You know, in being associated somewhat with the Boonville football program and knowing the young men, you know, this program turns out some fine young men.
They do.
And you see them when they're adults, when they have families of their own, and you never lose, you never don't stop to talk to them. They'll talk to you in Walmart. They'll pull you off the side in Fort Smith. You'll never know where you're going to meet a young Bearcat that has gone on with his life and is now a part of society. It's just really such a tribute to the program.
Yeah, Derek Davis takes it. You're right, buddy. This football is not a season in Boonville, Arkansas. It's a way of life, and it produces not just athletes for a season, but it produces good young men for a lifetime.
It sure does. It amazes me. Those young men become a part of my life, and they continue to be. They never forget you.
That's going to do it. Bearcats get a standing ovation from their crowd. They have won it. Your final score, the Boonville Bearcats 28, the Ozark Hillbillies 6. It's a conference victory for the Bearcats. They go to 2-0. The Hillbillies absorbed their first loss of the season. They fall to 3-1-1, but as we mentioned earlier, both of these teams will see postseason action.
By all means, and this was Boonville Bearcat football in all aspects, from the play on the field to the excitement in the stands, folks. Be with us at Elkins.
Look at the fireworks. That's our fall independence celebration. Take a gander.
Actually, I think they're just kind of kicking off October days.
I think they are.
I think is what that is.
The inaugural
October days.
October days.
Does October days stand for days as in a period of time, or days like I don't know where I'm at?
It's D-A-Z-E. Ask the guy that spelled it.
Days is in it's about time it's fall.
I'll tell you what, this has been a great football game.
Well, I've been in the days about half my life, so I should be a good competitor in October days. That should work for me.
You know, these outhouses, these racing outhouses that are used in the Outback Dash,
yeah.
If you were to set them over a hole in the ground, you could actually use them. I mean, they have. That's part of the rules. They have to be functioning.
They have to be functioning.
But you don't have to build your own. We've built them for you.
Well, I want to ask you something. Tell me how an outhouse race works. Do you get 3 guys? I know there have to be 3 guys on the team to carry the outhouse.
Doesn't have to be guys. 3 people, 16 years or older, and it's on wheels.
Oh, okay. Is somebody sitting inside the outhouse while the others are moving?
Yes, it's like an outhouse mobile home.
Okay.
All right. I tell you what, pumpkin chunking. You got to do pumpkin chunking.
We haven't got there yet.
Pumpkin chunking. Face it. That's it. That's where it's at.
Pumpkin chunking?
Pumpkin chunking.
That's pumpkin chunking.
I compete in that. I think I do that.
Okay, back to football, guys. Bearcats led 14-0 at the half, outscored the Hillbillies 14-6. At one point, deep in the third quarter, the Hillbillies cut this thing to 14-6. Then the Bearcats got going, buddy. They had a couple of sustained drives that wound up in touchdowns. The last one a touchdown pass that faked everybody in the
I'm
stadium
telling
press
you.
box
And
out.
I was impressed the way Davis threw the ball and his patience. That little roll out, under control, just a nice toss into Haney to the end zone, touchdown. That was sweet.
Bearcats go to 5-0 on the year. They'll be 2-0 in the conference. We've got the Elkins Elks from John Bunch Jr. Field in Elkins next week. And we'll try to have you some information. There's an interesting story behind that field, and we'll have to get that information and share it with you next week up at
And
Elkins.
you already know about this.
I know
you
about it, yeah.
You kind of shared that with us last week a little bit.
It's a very inspiring story, the name of that football field, what it's all based on, and we'll try to share that information with you when we come on the air next week. Should be on the air about 7:20. Game time's at 7:30. This one is history. We come back here 2 weeks from tonight, Waldron. That will be homecoming,
Right.
and I got to brag a little bit on my granddaughter. She's the homecoming queen this year.
All right.
Leslie Hawford, and we're partial, but it's her
Well,
day, and
you reserve that right, I do believe.
they could have made a better selection. She's a beautiful, friendly, effervescent young lady, and
Just can't say enough good things about
she'll
her.
handle the title well. But it's going to be a festive occasion 2 weeks. Bubbly? Is that it? Is it bubbly? Hey,
That probably fits.
turn that camera around. I've been meaning to introduce this. The Bearcats' secret weapon. You get this? The haircut.
The haircut.
Stacy, the haircut McCullough.
I'm needing a haircut.
And if we rub it, buddy, it means good luck. Be my guest.
Okay, we can do that.
It's like a porcupine.
That's right. There we go.
God. You guys are scratching the bottom of the barrel.
Hey, that means undefeated season. The haircut, it can't wind up any other way.
You know, the Elkins game